How's the tour going?
Awesome, man. It's been really good. Last couple of days have been great. Yesterday we played Newquay. It was like packed out nicely, and the day before we played at where did we play? Plymouth.
Plymouth, yeah. Plymouth always goes off. Always goes off.
Always packed off. Always packed out and goes off, sort of thing. So that was yeah, that was good. That was really good. Last couple of days have been awesome, and then last week it was Manchester, Birmingham, and Bristol, and they all went off as well. Especially Bristol. Bristol's been the best show so far.
Fantastic. Have you done a tour of this size before?
The last tour we did as a King Blues, and that was about the same. That was about the same as that 10 dates as well. 10 or yeah, it's 10 dates.
Yeah, a few more. I think. Yeah,
10 dates as well. I think
this is the first kind of, or the first like headline kind of thing we've done properly, isn't it?
Yeah. I saw you with Less Than Jake.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was grueling. That was like 18 days. Yeah. I think with 1 day off. So that was pretty tough. But again, that was.
It's nice big venues and stuff. And it was good to play.
Yeah, I saw
a bit further down the bill.
Yeah, that was great playing Astoria because that was like I think a week or two
before the bulldozers moved in.
Yeah. Okay, well, you're known for your guerilla gigs. That's one of the first things I read about you. What was your favourite, the most memorable performance in a guerilla gig that you did?
Mine was
Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower.
That was just like. I mean, the actual guerilla gig itself was, it was like fairly sort of like, regular. There's a few small crowd of people and stuff, and it was cool. But it's just like so iconic. Like, I didn't really realise what we were doing at the time until we saw the video footage back.
What was the crowd like?
They were just great. I mean, all from. They weren't all. I think most of them weren't even French. Like, they were just
loads of tourists. It's about London, central London. Isn't it? Loads of tourists.
That was a couple of cool dates we played in Amsterdam though last spring. We were on tour with Youngblood Brass Band, and we had a couple of dates we threw in there ourselves, and so we ended up in Amsterdam for 2 days. And that was a really good laugh. And actually, our trombone player we play with now, he used to play with them as well.
Yeah.
And
such a small musical whorish world, music industry.
Yeah, what's the lineup like now? Because when I saw you, I remember you had 8 or 9.
Yeah, I mean, we started out with 10.
10.
And I think we started out with 11 because we had we had a saxophone, trombone, and trumpet, and that made us 11. But then we sort of sacked off the saxophone after I think it was only like a handful of gigs, and then after Less Than Jake, we carried on touring the album. But like one of the other rappers, Ben, he sort of decided he was going to like take a back seat. Just need to like condense it down to something and tour with that, and then that would just be tight every night sort of thing. So we went down to 6 people.
6. You 6 now?
Yeah. So that'd be like one brass. No, sorry. We went down to 7. It was one brass, like DJ, and me emceeing, and then AJ and Scott and Stu like doing BVs and stuff like that. And so, but then our DJ hung up his headphones on the end of the promotion for the last album. When this new album doesn't feature on it, so he sort of decided, I'm gonna jump out. So now we don't have a DJ anymore. It's just like trombone, vocals in the back line, and keyboards as well. So it's I think essentially it's still the same sort of sound, but it's a lot less complicated. Like it's a lot easier.
We've just kind of honed it down with just less members, and it's just just as tight. I'd say it's just kind of
more direct,
more direct. Yeah, exactly.
And the new songs are heavier as well, so it doesn't really open itself up by having so many variables on there. So it's good fun writing the songs. Actually, I think I had more fun writing these songs than.
Who does the lyrics? Who's in charge of them?
Well, I do most of them, but actually Dan came up with an idea for one of the songs, and I think there's another song he came up with ideas for as well, like another sort of chilled out one. He came up with some ideas for that. So Dan's pretty good, the bass player. He comes up with a lot of the bass lines and stuff, but then he gets a lot of the like sort of brassy hooks in his head, and he sort of hums them and the melodies and stuff. So I sort of latch upon him sometimes, and it's all a bit of a melting pot actually, to be honest. Like everybody sort of throws around ideas, and then
it's more, definitely more on this album. It's more of a melting pot than the first, because I mean it's so different from the first, because the first album was like written over such a long period of time, and so many different. We've taken a few songs from our different phases that we've gone through, but this is literally like going to the studio to specifically write tunes for an album. So,
what would be your favourite song to play live?
What, out of our set or any song?
Go for any song.
Killing the name.
Is that a cover you play?
We did it a couple of times.
Rage was a lot of the reason we got together in the first place. Actually, man. Yeah, we're majorly inspired by that.
That's probably the band that bonded us all together in terms of our musical sort of influences. Rage, that sort of kicked us off really.
Definitely.
And in terms of me like rapping and stuff, like Zach De La Rocha was like the person to look up to when I was like a teenager. So
You've got the look.
I thought I better cut my hair. Rage Against the Team doing this comeback thing. Alright, okay. Zach De La Rocha look like I cut my hair.
Now, has your name got anything to do with Imperial Leather? I'm sure you get that a lot.
No, it hasn't at all. Like, the name came up when me and my ex-girlfriend and mate were sitting down in the lounge, in her lounge, and she just came up with that name, and we just kept on going back to it, and she didn't make the association between the soap. It was weird. She just came up with it out of nowhere, and I'd always, you know, wanted to like find out why she came up with the name, and no, I just thought she came off the bat, but apparently there was a reason for it. But
it was a quote from an Alan Partridge thing as well, wasn't it? He was doing this fashion.
The look Imperial Leisure.
The look Imperial Leisure.
Is that where she got it from? Do you think?
I don't know. Maybe subconsciously.
It was before that, I think, wasn't it? Because we had the name for quite a long time now, so like since 2004 or something like that. So.
It's one of those names that kind of you don't really know what it meant, but it kind of sat well. Do you know what I mean? You kind of
man, yeah, nothing to do with it. She I don't think she even uses soap.